Taoist Chong appeared completely stunned by Li Fan's words. His eyes widened as he stared at him in disbelief. Senior brother, you. Li Fan let out a long breath before continuing. Although I joined the sect early, my aptitude is lacking, my cultivation has always remained low, our senior brothers and sisters fight and fall on the front lines, yet I can contribute nothing of real value. Li Fan clasped Taoist Chang's hand tightly, his voice filled with emotion. Whenever I think about it, my heart aches. I cannot bear being so useless, so refine me into a pill. At the very least, I could still be of some help. Taoist Chong stared at Li Fan blankly, deeply moved. So you feel the same as I do, senior brother, but you are far greater than me. You are willing to sacrifice yourself for the sake of our fellow disciples at the front lines, while I only know how to flee, to hide myself inside this tower. Taoist Chong grabbed his own hair in anguish. No, I absolutely cannot allow you to sacrifice yourself like that. Suddenly, a thought flashed through his mind. He turned to Li Fan excitedly. Senior brother, I can refine pills for you. As long as you take the pills I refine, you will certainly no longer be weak, then you can also go to the front lines and help everyone. Taoist Chong seemed to have discovered a new purpose. Refine pills, I must refine pills. He reached into his wide Taoist robes, rummaging around. After a moment, he pulled out 2 golden pills. Holding them carefully with both hands, Taoist Chong offered them to Li Fan with a bright smile. Senior brother, these pills are for you. Li Fan slowly extended his hand forward. Yet Li Fan did not take the pills. Instead, he loosened Taoist Chang's robes. Beneath the loose Taoist garment there was nothing but a hollow skeleton. Only faint traces of flesh and blood still clung to the bones. Taoist Chong had been using his own flesh and blood to refine these pills. Witnessing such a bizarre sight, Li Fan felt a stir in his heart. These beings were oddities, entities suspended between life and death, clarity and madness, bound by obsession. They endlessly repeated the same cycle according to rigid rules, unable to escape. Qin Tang had been like this, and Taoist Chong was no different. Seeing that Li Fan had not reacted, Taoist Chong lifted the 2 golden pills and waved them before his eyes. Senior brother, the pills. His gaze toward Li Fan carried hopeful anticipation. Li Fan, however, shook his head with regret. My aptitude is too poor. Even if I consume these pills, my cultivation would likely improve very little, therefore, I cannot take them. They would be far more useful to future senior brothers with greater talent. Taoist Chong looked disappointed and was about to persuade him again, but Li Fan quickly continued. However, I would like to request a favor from you, junior brother. I wonder if you would be willing. Taoist Chong brightened instantly. Of course, senior brother, whatever you need, just say the word. Li Fan spoke slowly. I wish to learn that insect catching method from you, junior brother. Oddities followed their own rules. Anyone who violated those rules would certainly die by their hands. But if someone discovered those rules, not only could they remain unharmed, they might even gain great benefits from the oddity. Take Qin Tang's stone statue from before as an example. If one's performance in the 3 trials was fairly good, then before leaving, one could request a pot of fine wine. Qin Tang would then offer guidance, either helping improve cultivation or imparting a technique depending on the person's performance in those trials. As for Taoist Chong, if someone chose to swallow the golden pills, they could obtain his pill refining method. However, this was no ordinary alchemy, it was the path of insect pills. The materials used were mostly parts from strange flying insects, and the refined pills themselves even took the form of insects. Worse still, the more insect pills one refined, the more the refiner would gradually transform, just like Taoist Chong. In the end, they would become an existence either fully human nor fully ghost. Because of this, Li Fan did not choose the golden pills as his reward. Instead, he selected something else, something whose value was no less than the path of insect pills. Hearing Li Fan's request, Taoist Chong scratched the back of his head awkwardly. Senior brother, that insect binding net is only something I play with casually. Why would you want to learn it? Li Fan explained seriously. It is inevitable that troublesome insects may harass our senior brothers fighting on the front lines. I am weak and cannot fight the enemy directly. But if I master your insect binding technique, I can support them from the side by clearing away those irritating pests. Taoist Chong suddenly understood. I never thought the insect binding net could be used like that. Senior brother, you truly are clever. Li Fan replied sincerely. Then I must trouble you to teach it to me, junior brother. As he spoke, a buzzing sound emerged from behind Taoist Chong as 4 pairs of transparent wings appeared from his back. He reached behind and tore one of them off. Li Fan felt slightly startled by what he saw. The wings still carried faint traces of blood as Taoist Chong handed it to Li Fan. Senior brother here. Li Fan gently touched the wing, and it instantly transformed into streams of radiant light that flowed into his body. At the same time, Li Fan felt the world before him become crisscrossed with countless thin horizontal and vertical threads. It felt as though he could manipulate those threads freely, weaving them into a massive net capable of capturing all living beings within sight. This is it, the divine ability, insect binding. The vision of the enormous net gradually faded, yet Li Fan knew he had already obtained this extremely powerful divine ability. As long as a target's cultivation was lower than his own, he could instantly restrain them by activating the insect-binding divine ability. Having obtained this ability, Li Fan no longer wished to waste time. Junior brother Chong, I have already mastered the web-weaving technique. I will now head to the front lines to join our senior brothers. Take care of yourself. Taoist Chong looked reluctant to see him leave. Then you must be careful, senior brother, you must come back safely. As Li Fan walked away, the look of concern on the Taoist's face slowly faded. After an unknown amount of time, within the quiet demon refining pagoda, Taoist Chang's murmuring began once more. Fellow disciples and senior sisters are all fighting on the front lines, and only I cannot help at all. I must refine more elixirs, only by doing this can I strengthen them as much as possible. Outside the demon refining pagoda, Li Fan sensed the positions of Sikong Yi and Bei Li Chen. They were already extremely close to the core of Cloudwater Palace, Tai Hall. Information about Tai Hall immediately surfaced in Li Fan's mind. It was said that Tai Hall was the place where Cloudwater Palace received distinguished guests and held important sect meetings. It was not considered especially dangerous, though the circumstances surrounding it were rather peculiar. Sensing that Sikong Yi and Bei Li Chen seemed to have stopped for some reason, slowly inching forward toward the central area at an almost crawling pace, Li Fan instantly understood what was happening. He let out a cold snort and hurried toward them. Before Tai Hall, countless shattered swords were embedded in the ground, their blades overlapped and interlocked, forming a dense forest of swords that completely blocked the path forward. Sikong Yi and Bei Li Chen were currently stepping carefully on the sword hilts, advancing slowly toward Tai Hall. With every step they took, a phantom of the broken sword beneath their feet would materialize above them. It would then plunge downward, piercing straight through their hearts. There was no blood. After striking them, the phantom would simply disappear. It caused no physical injury, only unbearable agony.